Right, just wanted to say something about karma. I've just been talking to a friend who's having a bad time. My theory is we are two by two and we're all on an arc now, and we are in the storm, and people are getting pulled into hurricanes and all sorts of things, dealing with their families. Everything's happening. And we've got to remember now, when we're talking to people, they're not seeing us, they're seeing themselves in the mirror. This is what this is all about. Karma, consequence. There's always a consequence to every action. And now we're realizing actually all this anger that we've been holding for years and all these problems and not getting on with people has never really been about them. It's about past. It's about our ancestry. Keep repeating these patterns. There's so many things that happened in my mother's life that are really extraordinary, but they happened in mine. Why is that possible? Because my mum never dealt with those things. And so that is the sin of the father being passed on the child. We're left to deal with what they didn't deal with. And God's way of clearing that and making everyone innocent as they are is we had the childhood illnesses. That's what they were for, to alleviate and sort out that what can become a disease from these various things that are going on. I mean, so interesting about cancer that eats away at the body. Well, why is that? Because you're eating away at yourself because you haven't dealt with something with someone in your family. This is really what this is about. It's so flipping deep. And we've really got to take the bull by the horns and realise you've got to let it go over your head. You mustn't take it personally. This is why we've all had such problems with egos. So we take it personally. If it goes over your head, then it doesn't affect you. And then you respond in a different way to this person with kindness. Yeah, whereas they're actually trying to pull out of you the emotion they're giving you. This is why I think it's marvellous that we should stand 6 foot away from each other, because we're intermingling our augurs. We're getting too connected with people. We're getting swayed. We're getting distracted. We're getting pulled into their field. You know, that's what I really think influenza is. Influenza influences us. And people's auras do. You know, when you get in a lift, you suddenly get affected by everybody. It's all, ugh, and you want to go home and have a shower because you feel dirty. And also it gives loads of respect if you actually stand further back from somebody and really, truly look in their eyes and listen to what they're saying. You can really hit the depths. But we mingle too much, and then we confuse that with attraction, and then we confuse that with sexuality, and then we end up in relationships we should never be. And I've been thinking about this hugely at the moment, about blood groups. And isn't it interesting that you're either, whatever blood group you are, positive or a negative? And then I thought, oh, well, that's fascinating, because the positive and the negative makes the spark. That's the masculine, the feminine, that's the electric, that's the magnetic, that's the spark of life, that is creation. So would it not then make sense that maybe B positive should be with A negatives? Or do you see what I mean? That maybe you're supposed to be a different blood group to bring the two best ancestral paths from those two ancestry, our family, our tribe, the ancients. And one of you needs to be positive and the other one needs to be negative. Otherwise, it won't work. And then that would explain why so many people can't have children, and how other people have them all the time. Yeah, because they're magnetically, it's there. You know, what do we think this on-off button is on all our technology? But they want us to fuck. That's what they want us to do, and go into pornography and do those sort of types of things. Not really truly connect on every chakra, really meld with someone, get to know somebody. You know, this is why we make so many mistakes with the people that we end up, is you need to hang around with someone for, I would say, minimum of a year to 18 months before I'd ever make a decision about being with somebody, because I want to see them when they're stressed out, or if there's an accident, how they are with children. I want to see how they are with animals. I want to see how they are with little old ladies. I want to see whether they've got manners and they open doors for women. And there's nothing wrong with that. Why is anyone offended about that? I think it's just absolutely bloody ridiculous. It's called manners. Manners. Men and women, men used to treat women with manners. They'd walk on the outside at the path. And even in those romantic days, he'd lay down her cloak so she wouldn't stand in a puddle. Where's a bit more of that, actually, chaps? You know, if you started to actually to treat us with respect, we would respect ourselves, and then we'd make it harder and longer before you got what you wanted. And then see who you really are. Same with women. Don't get me wrong. The narcissism that is now in this country is beyond the pale. We're all in it for something. Oh, he's got a nice car, or, you know, she's just got loads of money, blah, 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 blah. It seems that we've been dating. We're all out for what we can get. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? And we've got to stop that, because as soon as you give and are generous and kind and behave like a proper human being and being present, then people will treat you like that. Once you start respecting yourself, everyone else respects you, and so they bloody well should. And what is the first law? First, honour thy mother and father. That not only means our God Father, that means our Mother Earth. That means our actual father and our actual mother. And my life didn't change until I'd really, really done some forgiveness work with them. And that was very hard, because I didn't have a great childhood, I can assure you. But it's so important. And then to remember, your mother and father were little children. How were they treated? My mum lost her mum. My mum didn't even know her mum. She'd just been born, and then 10 months later, her brother was born, and her mother died that day. So she never knew her mother's love. And then my grandfather married his my granny's sister. So his sister-in-law, he married her. And she didn't like my mum or her brother very much. So they had a shit time. And that was back in, my mum was born in 1923. Yeah. You know. And then we went too authoritarian, and then we were hitting everybody, and I mean getting caned in school and all that horrible thing. There's no need for that. You know, an adult's only got to speak you in a severe manner, and you feel shameful. We all know what guilt is. We all know when we're guilty. And now is the time that its consequence, karma, is on top of you. So get it sorted. Treat people like you'd want to be treated. Don't lie to them. Look them in the eye. Actually speak to their souls. And actually, if you just stand and look at people, you can have an incredible conversation. Because that's really being in tune. That's what we're really missing. Yeah? Is we need to be ringing together. In fact, we should have choruses all over, you know, let's start loads and loads of choirs and singing. Because that's how we should be being joyful. Singing brings so much joy to everybody. So I'm going to leave it on that point, because I've rattled on more than I wanted to. And I don't even know if I did get to the point of what I'm saying at all. But that's my feeling on it. So just be careful. If you are breaking the law at this time, you're going to get caught. Yeah, it's just like the episode of Red Dwarf. I can't remember which one it is, Prison Island or whatever. And whatever you do to somebody gets done to you. So he tries to burn this guy's bum with his lighter, and his bum gets burnt. That's where we are. We're in that episode now. And it's funny. So as soon as you have a nasty thought about someone, you'll trip over, or you bang your finger, or you knock your head. You think, oh, no, that's instant karma. It told you, no, don't be having nasty thoughts about them. Stop it. Those people you dislike, actually pray for them. Pray for them and mean it. Start praying for them and thinking, what is it I don't like about them? Well, I don't know what life they had. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know where they're cross about. So you can't judge them. This is the point. We judge ourselves too strongly, and that makes us judge others. So stop it. We are what we are. Every day you wake up is a new day. It's a new breath day. Yeah? God breathed life into you. So get outside and deep, deep, deep breathe and connect with your father and your mother, your spiritual one. Yeah, connect with that. And then go out and do something nice. Go and have a lovely walk. Go and check your neighbour's okay. Go and see if that little old lady needs something done. Let's start being caring. Yeah, because that's how you change the world. It takes just one drop to cause a vast, vast ripple across it all of this amazing plane. Yeah, and we've been spinning out of control, and we're on this huge arc. We are the 2x2s. We're already all here. We're on the ship. And I'm not even sure if some of us are on a boat and some of us on a spaceship, because who knows what's going on. But we're going to our destination, and we need to put our houses in order, financially, everything. Get into a position where everything's left, and if anyone walked in, they could just carry on that life. Yeah? Because maybe that's it. Maybe we just keep walking through doors to the next bit. Have a lovely day and deep breathe, because every day is the first day of the rest of your life. Lots of love.